Chapter 1, Whispers in the Dark. The early morning mist clung to the cobblestone streets of the forgotten village in Romania. Shadows danced under the flickering street lamps, and a sense of dread hung in the air. It was here, amid the crumbling ruins and half-remembered stories, that Ethan, a dedicated cryptid hunter, arrived, driven by whispers of strange gray beings seen lurking in the woods. Ethan had spent years chasing legends, fueled by the thrill of the unknown. The stories of these gray entities, shy, elusive figures, had reached him through hushed conversations in online forums. They were said to inhabit the dense forests surrounding the village, and he couldn't resist the pull of the mystery. With his equipment packed and excitement coursing through his veins, he set off to explore. Chapter 2, The Desolate Village. The village was a ghost of its former self. Once vibrant homes now stood derelict, their windows like empty eyes staring into nothingness. The silence was almost tangible, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. Ethan took a deep breath, reminding himself that he was here for answers. He wandered through the narrow streets, the mist wrapping around him like a shroud. Locals had long abandoned this place, leaving behind a sense of decay and sorrow. As he reached the edge of the village, he stumbled upon an old, rusted sign that read, "Bunker, do not enter." His heart raced at the sight. He felt drawn to it, as if the structure itself was calling him. Chapter 3, Descent into the Bunker. The entrance was hidden beneath overgrown vines, almost as if nature was trying to reclaim it. Ethan pushed aside the foliage and descended the narrow staircase leading into darkness. The air was cool and musty, carrying the scent of damp earth and rusted metal. He flicked on his flashlight, the beam cutting through the shadows. Inside, the bunker was a maze of concrete corridors and abandoned rooms, remnants of a time long past. Graffiti adorned the walls, cryptic messages that sent a chill down his spine. He could hear the distant drip of water, echoing through the silence, each drop amplifying the isolation he felt. Chapter 4, Echoes of the Past. As he explored, Ethan's mind raced with possibilities. What had happened here? Why was this place abandoned? He took notes and captured images, piecing together a story that felt just out of reach. Each room revealed remnants of a hurried departure, overturned furniture, scattered papers, and faded photographs. He paused to examine one, a family portrait, faces smiling in a happier time, now lost to history. The deeper he ventured, the more oppressive the atmosphere became. A nagging feeling prickled at the back of his mind. Was he alone? The thought made him shudder. He pressed on, compelled by an unshakable urge to discover whatever secrets the bunker held. Chapter 5, The Unexpected Encounter. After what felt like hours of exploration, Ethan reached the end of a long corridor. It opened into a large, dimly lit chamber. Shadows pooled in the corners, and the air felt thick, charged with an unseen energy. He glanced around, searching for anything noteworthy, when suddenly, he heard a faint noise, like a whisper carried on the wind. Ethan froze, heart pounding. The whispers grew louder, forming incoherent phrases that seemed to beckon him closer. As he stepped forward, he noticed a movement at the far end of the chamber. A figure emerged from the shadows. Chapter 6, The Gray Being. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. The creature was tall and slender, its skin a dull gray, almost blending with the concrete surroundings. Its large, black eyes glimmered with an intelligence that sent a chill through Ethan's bones. The being stood still, observing him with an unnerving calmness. Ethan's instincts screamed at him to run, but curiosity rooted him to the spot. He raised his camera, capturing the moment, though he doubted anyone would believe the photograph. The gray being tilted its head, as if studying him in return, and in that moment, he felt a deep connection, as if they shared a silent understanding of the loneliness that enveloped them both. Chapter 7, The Revelation. In a heartbeat, the atmosphere shifted. The whispers intensified, now echoing through the chamber, revealing fragments of a history long forgotten. Ethan felt a flood of images crash over him, flashes of a past filled with fear, isolation, and despair. He understood now, the gray beings were not monsters, they were victims of circumstances, forced into hiding as humanity turned its back on them. With each pulse of energy, he felt their pain, their longing for connection, and their desperate need to be understood. Ethan lowered his camera, realizing that this encounter was more significant than any cryptid story he had pursued. It was a moment of empathy, a bridge between two worlds. Chapter 8, The Escape, but the connection was fleeting. The being stepped back into the shadows, a look of caution in its eyes. The whispers quieted, leaving an eerie silence in their wake. Ethan felt a sudden chill, an instinct to leave before the darkness swallowed him whole. He turned and fled, heart racing as he navigated the winding corridors. Bursting out of the bunker, he collapsed onto the grass, gasping for air. The sun was rising higher now, casting a warm glow over the desolate village. He looked back, knowing that what he had encountered was more than just a story. It was a revelation, a glimpse into a hidden world that existed alongside his own. Chapter 9, The Aftermath. Ethan spent the rest of the day contemplating his experience. He captured the emotions of the encounter in his notes, each word pulsating with the weight of what he had witnessed. He realized that the true nature of the gray beings was not one of horror, but of sorrow and longing. They were lost souls, searching for solace in a world that had forgotten them. As he prepared to leave the village, Ethan knew he would return. The whispers would always call to him, urging him to listen to the stories of the unseen. He had become not just a hunter of cryptids, but a guardian of their tales, determined to bridge the gap between two worlds. Chapter 10, The Legacy. Years later, Ethan would share his story, his encounters and the truths he uncovered. The village, once forgotten, became a place of pilgrimage for those seeking understanding. And in the whispers of the wind, the gray beings remained, forever a part of the fabric of the world, reminding humanity that some shadows hold more than just darkness. In the quiet corners of the forest, Ethan knew they would be waiting, their stories yearning to be told. And with each new seeker, the cycle would continue, echoing through time, a testament to the unseen bonds that connect us all.